G'day, Trader Sam here, looking at LR or LRC loop ring. Loop ring's done very well in the past, and usually when you look at this chart, and the thing that you need to take note of is the longer it takes to accumulate, the higher it can go. Again, longer it takes, the higher it can go. So obviously, with loop ring, this last phase from that point onwards, who was expected to go that high? Okay, so that's from 40 cents, all right, to $3.70. No one's got an idea on that. That's what will take place. However, in general, there's a rule, and I don't know if it applies a lot, but the duration of accumulation, and when we look at that, can equal pretty much the height. There, there is no way of. I haven't figured a way of doing that, um, and I just want to know if this was the case where this duration of accumulation, and this is accumulation, irrespective of what you might think, does that equal the height in terms of the breakout? So this duration period, does that length of some sort equal the height? And I've yet to come up with a tool that will give me a good way of measuring it. The only thing I can think of is a circle, really, and I don't think that's going to help. But if I was to do this, so if I was to do that circle, mm, so it does. That's the only way I can think of it. If I bring this down here and then stretch it out to the bottom, actually bring it down more further, and then the top, it's it's not exact, but then again, no one said it's going to be perfect. So anyway, that's an idea. The longer it takes to accumulate, and generally all the shit coins that do the same. Now, what we had here, and in many cases, is, and you can see pretty much a cycle's coming back all the way down. Question is, how far would it come back down? So what I did in this case, and you notice that I don't have the log on, what I did is I looked at the initial breakout. So I'm saying from that point to that point, I give my Fibonacci, and my 618 is right there. If we look at it from that perspective, um, however, if I was to do that down there, the 618 is there. And you can see that it has a lot of confluence. So if I was to do this, if I'm looking at the far right, I just want to get that there. Right, that band is my level of interest. And what we can also do is reverse this. And we have also this band here. Okay. Now what we can do, coordinates. So if I say, I don't know, that's coming down right. If I do, I don't know, 900. And similarly there. I'm not going to look at the right. And just, oops, I shouldn't have done that. Is that right? Yep, that's right. Now what we're going to see is that this was a cycle, and that was the main one. And you can see when it came back down, it didn't quite come back down. It came back to this middle section here. You can see there's confluence there. So price breaks above, and so realistically, that was the launching pad, and that's where price came back for support. So if we continue that, this is where price took off, And you can see, if we just expand that, it's there at the moment, and you can see that resistance from the previous. So the 618 band, that's acting as resistance. Now, that could be this doesn't look strong at all. So this looks like to me, so if we would apply this as well, you can see the zero point 0.5 Fibonacci acting as resistance as well. So this is why historical data makes a difference in terms of making assessment, because most of this is all based on Fibonacci and so on. So this point there, so this, if we say this is wave 5, yep, all the way to wave 5, and this is a correction A, B, C. Then so let's do that for you. So this was our A, B, C, and the rest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down. So this could be wave 5. Let's do that. So we'll do wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're in the accumulation range. How long would that go for? No idea. There's that slight possibility that it'll come back down here. It's probably worth a good area to buy. So let's just put the log on now, an auto. And so that was even though it actually came down much further, didn't it? But in general, we use that rule. I doubt that this is gonna. Yeah, it could go above it, but let's do that. Let's just do that as one, and you can see that's the resistance band at the moment. So if price was to break above that, it might stay in the top quarter, just like this. So this is the range of the accumulation, I think. It might come back down. I would have my stop losses really underneath this, because once it breaks below that, it might just go down to the next, what we can say, the next half. Where's one? Okay, there. So it might just come down to this level here, support. So we just have layers, all right? So if you're interested in this, when you go along, well, that's going to be a hard question to do. And okay, that could be a trend line that, let's have a look. That is a trend line that's okay, break, but it's just okay, testing it. So if we just nudge it a bit, if it can hold, okay, you got a trade. But however, local trade is this. So this is not looking good at all. So we can say that was it, and now it's going bearish. So we've got a number of trend lines. I will not enter this. What's the percentage from that bottom to the top? Okay, 42%. So the 42%, in the grand scheme of things, if it was to take off, that's a 900. So 42, yeah, 900% you miss out on. Well, yeah, sorry, just 40% on the potential next big run. And the next big run could be, okay, we'll see something here. I wonder. Now, we know that's there. I'm not going to count on that, but we know that's there. So a bit of a rejection there. And yeah, you can say this is a broadening wedge in some sort. Let's just do that. So it might be just an upward channel at the moment. This is difficult. What do we have here? Yeah, maybe. It might just break out and come back down into this. Okay. So if that's our A, B, C, D. Yeah, I think yeah. It's a hard one. Um, so, so this is I'll be looking to average in basically if I was really interested in this. Um, that middle layer was a good area to buy, and you can see how it held. This could still go, but finding an entry on this is not going to be easy because it's not the best shape. Selling climax, automatic response, secondary test. Okay, so the selling automatic response is here. So let's just do that there. Automatic response, and then an up thrust. So this is automatic response level, and yeah, I wouldn't go long until it goes past this. To tell the truth, let's get rid of this. I'm just the things I'm saying. Whoops, is basically wick off terminology. Selling climax, automatic response, up thrust, secondary test, and maybe there's a spring involved. In the spring, if this was to come back down, this could be the spring before it goes up. So that would be a good spot to buy again if this was to fail. And it does look like it might be just an ascending wedge, and that might be resistance and come back down, and that will be a good spot to buy, and that will be about 40% drop or less, or 30% drop. And Bitcoin, I don't think Bitcoin will drop 30% that easily. So that could be our spring. So that's our selling climax, secondary test, and our spring. And if this lets me, I'll show you what that means. Whoops. Give me a sec. Let's see if we can get that in there. There we go. That's the chart that we're looking at. Selling climax, automatic response. Yep. And that up thrust is there. So we're probably doing that now. So you might get that high, or it doesn't really matter. It might just be up to this level here, where it is now, and then come back down. And that will be our big accumulation. So it's so far aligned with this. And anyway, we'll leave it at that. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And the more we get, more clues for now, then we can work out what the projection is. At the moment, we can't make any projections. We can try. If this was the bottom, we can go swing high and then swing low. If that was our bottom, then we have these Fibonacci's that we can look at. Yep. And I think if this was to take place, I'll be looking at these levels, probably 0.5, and then come back down, and then back up, and you get some sort of warning wedge. And anyway, that will be my initial thought. 0.5, if it's really bullish, it can go up to there. So that will be the first two layers. That will be my expectation with this potential setup to go up to the 0.5. But first, I think we've got to see it come back down. That's my gut feeling. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll talk to you soon. Please give me a like and share. Cheers.